I live here in Melrose, and I'm a children's book author. And today I'm going to share my newest book, Wonder Why. And when you look at the cover, do you have any guesses about what it's about? The cover doesn't give too much away. Hi friends, come on in. This book, and let me show you the back. This might give you a hint. What is that? Can you see that right there? That's lightning. So this book is basically about weather. And on a rainy day, we're gonna get to read a book about weather. But in this book, it's not just some facts. It's a kid like you talking to the sky, to the weather, asking, why? Why are you like this? Why is this happening? And then the sky, etc., they answer. All right, so let's see. Wonder Why, written by me and illustrated by Nick Henderson, published by HarperCollins. You can see here on the inside some more weather, right? Some clouds we see. Giant sky, brightest blue, like an artist painted you. How I wonder why. Why are you so blue, big sky? Anybody ever wonder that? Why does the sky look blue? Now today it doesn't. We'll talk about why. Look at that beautiful blue sky. Yeah. Now the sky answers. You see the sun up there? And the blue sky? Yeah, you see the sun. Absolutely. Yes, and we're going to talk about the sun in just a minute. Me, the sky says, I'm scattered rays of sun. Many colors, not just one. Blue is what the eye perceives, and what you see, the brain believes. Now, I'm going to ask for a few volunteers here. Anybody willing to be my light? I'm going to read to you a little bit of this stuff at the back, called the back matter, and then I'll show you how this works, okay? So the blue sky, when sunlight collides with gases and dust in the Earth's atmosphere, it breaks apart into red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet light waves. But then the blue light is scattered the most. And so the color sensors in our eyes signal to the brain that the sky is blue. But the sky is actually a lot of different colors. So let's act this out, okay? Who wants to be my sun? Anybody? Yeah, it breaks into these different colors and it travels in waves. So can all of you with your color, can you kind of wave it like this? You're traveling in waves. Good, that's what the light does. It travels like this. But then guess what happens to the blue? The blue scatters like this. It's a blue, right? That's why we think the sky looks blue, because it scatters more than all the other colors. All right? Excellent. Now hold on to your colors, because you're going to need those again at the end. And blue, you can hold on to yours too. Excellent. Thank you, son. You can have a seat. We'll be needing. If you want to sit, that's fine too. But raise your arms up high, okay? So the cool air is going to be here. But then when the warm air rises, the cool air comes and goes whoosh. Right? It swoops down and makes the wind. It goes whoosh. One more time. Stretch up, and then down. Whoosh. Right? You're the wind. More moisture collects. Clouds get taller and appear gray at the bottom since not as much light can get through. Thunderclouds are called, does anyone know? Has anyone studied clouds in school yet? Have you studied clouds yet?
I remember in first grade, but I don't remember.
It's been a little while, yeah. They're called cumulonimbus. So cumulus means heap, and nimbus means rain clouds, so heaps of rain clouds. So we accumulate all these droplets, we get bigger and bigger and bigger, and they get darker. And it might be scary to people when they look outside, but we're not scary. We're just full of raindrops, right? Mm-hmm. All right, so what happens next? Lightning. Lightning is a burst of electricity. Because lightning heats the air quickly, you want to know how hot? To temperatures up to 50,000 degrees Fahrenheit. That's really, really hot. The air expands rapidly and creates a loud sound wave called thunder. So I have a question. Do you usually see lightning first or hear thunder first? Does anyone know?
It's thunder, then lightning. later, it's lightning.
Close. It's lightning and then the thunder. You know why? Because the light travels faster than the sound, but they happen almost at the same time. But the lightning happens and then that sound wave, right? All right, so I'm gonna be the lightning, and then I want the rest of you count to, let's say 5, and then you're gonna be the thunder. All right, ready? Here I go. Flash.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Boom! Good. Should we do that one more time? All right, here we go. I'm gonna be the lightning. Ready? Flash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom! So we don't need to be scared of it because all that thunder is the sound of that shock wave, right? From the lightning. Hi, come on in. Have a seat. We were just being thunder. Yeah, caused by the muddled streets, pouring down in steady sheets. How I wonder why you drop and drench what's dry. Now let's be the rain, okay? Since we have it outside, we can take our fingers on the floor and we can just go like this. Can I hear your rain? Good. Now keep that up. Can you keep being my rain while I read the rain's answer? A nice steady sound of rain. Whee! We droplets join together, bringing you this drippy weather. Once we're heavy, time to go. Earth is thirsty, down below. Right, so now, thank you raindrops. We can stop, but why don't we join hands? Join hands with someone next to you, if you know someone next to you. If you don't, that's okay, you can just understand. And I'll explain to you what happens a little bit more with the raindrops. So when air rises and cools, water vapor collects into droplets. So those droplets get bigger and heavier because you're joining with the person next to you. You're getting so big, so heavy, yeah, so big and heavy. And then as they get bigger and bigger, the cloud can't hold them anymore. And they drop out of the cloud as precipitation. So that could be hail, snow, freezing rain, sleet, and most commonly, what do we have today? Rain. Excellent. And then yellow, very special yellow. Can you come next? Yes. And then we have green, like it's a water droplet, bends and separates into different colors of light, right? We talked about those different colors. My daughter asked a question when she read, and I had to look up the answer. When she read this book, she said, so what's the difference between sleet and freezing rain? And I said, that's a good question. And I looked it up. So freezing rain, it freezes when it hits the surface. So it comes down as rain, and then it's cold here, and so it freezes. Sleet is rain that falls through freezing air, and then it freezes into ice pellets. So it has that harder feel when it hits. And then what about hail? You know what hail is? Hail, it forms higher in the atmosphere than sleet does, so it basically becomes chunks of ice way up high, and then it falls all the way down like that. That's why often you get those big pieces of hail. So those are some different kinds of precipitation. Okay, well if there's no other questions, which I'm happy to answer, you can also come up if you have one you want to ask me individually, that's fine too. But Mia's going to show us